Welcome back, everybody. This video is about a 16-year-old girl that gets gunned down in her own apartment by the Anchorage police in front of her whole family. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let's get into it.
Breaking news this morning from the Anchorage Police Department. One person is dead after an officer-involved shooting in the University area neighborhood. It happened at the Greenbrier apartment homes in the 4800 block of East 43rd Avenue. No officers were injured, but a suspect is dead.
We are seeing Anchorage police body camera video of the fatal shooting of 16-year-old Easter Leafa. This comes about an hour after the State Office of Special Prosecutions cleared the APD officer, calling his lethal force justified. Our investigative reporter, Johnson Kuhn, details what that video shows.
Rebecca, after reviewing the APD body camera video, we now have a clearer picture of what exactly took place on August 13th when police shot and killed Easter Leafa. We want to warn you that what you're going to see in this video is very hard to watch and will be disturbing for some. The video appears to show much of what the family has told us took place that night. In the 22-page OSP report, we've learned several significant things. It says Officer Roman, who will not face criminal charges, thought the 16-year-old was going to stab him and the other officer. And it says her sister called for police help after Easter threatened her with a 6 to 8 inch knife the family used to cut vegetables because she would not buy Easter a phone. So far, we have not been able to find references to any language barrier issues in the report, other than officers saying the 16-year-old did not respond to their commands.
I'm Chief Sean Case of the Anchorage Police Department. An officer-involved shooting is considered a critical incident, and today we are presenting footage related to this event. The Anchorage Police Department is committed to honest, open, and continuous communication with our community. Please be advised the following video contains graphic content that may be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
Yes, I need help here at our
What is the address?
apartment.
Avenue?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on there?
I have my sister here, and she's acting up over some stupid shit.
How old is the
And she's
sister?
holding a knife. She's only 16.
She's how old?
She's 16.
Okay, and what is she doing with the knife?
And she's trying to stab me
Why?
because I didn't do what she
Because
wanted
why?
me to do. Because she's mad, and
Why is she
I
mad?
didn't do what she wanted me to do.
Okay, what's her, what is your sister's name? Okay, what color clothing is she wearing?
She's wearing black shorts.
What color
and
shirt?
hoodie. She's wearing a black hoodie.
Okay, and where is she at right now?
She's at the balcony.
She's outside?
Yeah.
Okay, does she still have the knife?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who else is in the house with you?
I have all my siblings here, and including my mom as well.
Okay, how long ago did she go outside?
Like 2 minutes ago.
Okay, I need for you to speak up. How long ago did she go outside?
2 minutes?
Okay. Did somebody follow her outside?
No, she just walked outside, so she
Okay.
her outside.
Do you still see her?
Yeah, I can see her standing
Okay.
outside.
All right. And what kind of knife was it?
It's like
What kind of knife? What color is it? How big is it?
It has like a black handle.
Okay, and what, like, is it a long knife, a short knife, a one you use to cut bread, or what kind of knife is it?
I was the one you use to cut bread, but not really the one you use to cut bread.
Okay, like, is it a big one, a small one? What do you guys usually do with the knife that she has in her hand?
We cut our veggies.
What is it?
We use it to cut our veggies.
Okay. Does your sister have any access to a vehicle?
No, she doesn't.
Okay. All right. Is somebody outside with your sister?
No, it's just her.
Okay. Are you guys able to lock the doors?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And where is her right now?
She's still outside.
Where at outside?
Like the balcony.
Like, do you see her?
Yes, I can see her.
You see, okay. Is she like in a friend? What is she doing?
Just like wrapping herself with the blanket and just sitting outside.
What color is the blanket?
It's blue.
And where is the knife?
I do not know because she's facing her back here, so she's probably outside like trying to calm herself down. It's just that like she was making noise and we have like neighbors downstairs, so yeah, they're here now.
On August 13th, 2024, at 23:32 hours, APD officers were dispatched to 4000 block of East 43rd Avenue in reference to a domestic violence disturbance involving a knife between two family members inside an apartment. Dispatch was told the subject went outside while officers were en route. Two officers arrived in separate vehicles and began searching the scene. After being unable to find the subject, officers 1 and 2 went to contact the complainant in their second-floor apartment and learned the subject was on the balcony of that apartment.
APD North Unit 71118 with a knife. The complaint says her 16-year-old sister's holding a knife and trying to stab her. 11 Alpha 1 and 12 Alpha 1 will have you diverted by that direction.
12.
Units around, our suspect's going to be a Samoan female wearing a black hoodie, black shorts. Complaint saying the suspect is now outside of the building and still has the knife in her possession. Looks like the suspect's half for East 43rd been outside at least 2 minutes. And our complainant stayed inside, so she no longer has a visual of where her sister's at outside.
Does your sister have access to vehicles?
We're still to find out. And the knife appears to be some type of kitchen knife used to cut vegetables. It's got a black handle on it and no access to vehicles.
I haven't seen any foot traffic other than that lady that was walking that way, but it looked like she was wearing leggings. Didn't really seem to mind our presence. I might be wrong, but I think A is on the south side.
I'm on that one. It's going to be closer to the, I think. I can be wrong too. Well, we can back.
Yeah, A is going to be all the way on the south. Confirm. She's gone.
No, she's still outside. Like she's
Where?
like,
You know where she's at?
Yeah, she's at the balcony.
Oh, she's on the balcony right now?
No, she's sitting outside the balcony.
She's gonna be on
On the
the
other side?
No, she's
west side of the building. She's on the ground level?
no.
Where's she at?
I feel like
On the balcony right here?
She's on the
Up here?
balcony out here.
Okay. Like she's in the apartment, so.
Yeah.
She's gonna be on the balcony.
Can we get the kiddos out of here?
Yeah, you can.
Does she still have the knife with her?
No, she's just.
Okay. Can you get up and leave too?
Just back that way, please.
For safety reasons, because I don't. If we have a confrontation, I don't want to deal with you and her.
All we have to
Not gonna do anything.
That's
I don't know what she's gonna do,
But I don't
neither
know.
do you. Please
At this
leave.
point, we're just asking you just to move further back. That's all. Okay? That's all we're asking.
Hey, we need some more in the apartment to help manage these folks. They're being a little bit 1032.
Oh my gosh.
So does she still have the knife with her? Do we know if she still has the knife with her?
I don't know. I was in the.
Okay. Do you know if she still has the knife with her? Do you know if she still has the knife with her? Can we turn off the TV?
No.
No, we don't want anyone.
I need you guys to go back into the rooms, please.
That way, 'cause we don't want to have any other confrontations with her, or if it gets escalated.
Hey, listen, we need some units in here to help with crowd control. We're trying to deal with the family before we confront the suspect. They're refusing to go into their rooms. No, we just need some more units to help with crowd control.
Are you guys ever gonna point that to her? I mean,
If
she's
she
not really.
comes at us with a knife, yes.
She's not gonna come with.
We
Listen,
don't know that. And
Listen, guys, we're trying to do this as safely as
What we're
possible.
trying to do is escalate
Okay.
the situation. I mean, de-escalate the situation, which
Yeah,
means we're
I don't-
trying to prevent her from doing anything
I don't
further.
think you guys coming in with those to her. She's
Right now, we're trying to protect you and her,
This
okay?
has nothing to do with us. This is between her and her.
That's fine, but right now we need all of you to move back in case things get out of hand. We don't want that happening, but we need you to move back, please, to the other room. Can you please do that?
We want to do it in the safest way possible.
She's not even that. She's never
She's
like
really
that.
not like
She's
that.
not like that.
Then, if that's the case,
But
we
you
won't
guys
have an
coming
issue.
with that,
Right now, we need you to just
That's
move
not gonna cause
back.
some problem to her.
We're going to try to talk to her and try to work through everything. so
You
we
really got
safely
them coming
get who
here
we
with
can.
guns. The kids are in here now. They're crying because they're pointing guns.
Nobody's pointed any gun.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's a situation for everyone, but you guys can give us a little bit of
From your area right there, it's gonna be a crossfire if anything happens over here.
she still has. Can you turn off, or if he needs to watch it to keep him calm, can he?
It would probably be best if you guys could just move to the north rather than behind the car unless you're pushing further south.
Does she still have
That should be 10-2. Now you're good.
This is honestly not the first time this has ever happened. It was always like this between them at home, back at home. But for her to call you guys because of this shit, this.
Okay.
We're still working on some crowd control in
Sure,
here.
you guys talk to the other officer and. Right, but my concern right now is if she still has the knife with her.
Is it okay if I talk to her? Like crack the door?
We're gonna do
Let
that.
you
Listen,
get close because we gotta make sure you're safe too.
We want to talk to her.
right now we're wasting a whole bunch of time. If you guys could just go in the other room, we could do our business safely,
And we can talk.
and we can talk to her, we can deal with her, and then we can talk to you guys. Right now you're throwing a whole bunch of wrenches in the mix that doesn't need to be.
Throwing a what?
You're throwing a wrench in the mix. You're making this harder for us because we're having to focus on your safety, our safety, and hers instead of just our safety and hers.
I'm just trying to make sure that this is working.
Well, so are we. That's our goal here. Okay, can you please go into the other room so we can focus on
Is it okay if
her?
I just stand here?
I would prefer if you went into the other room. If you guys want to stand in the doorway, that means in the doorway where you are, everybody needs to be behind you.
Okay, they're right here.
Oh, this doesn't give us any standoff. Hey, go ahead and show me your hands. Show me open, empty hands. It's the Anchorage police. If you do not comply, you could be injured. Open, empty hands. We are not going away.
We take a couple steps back.
We want to help you.
Can we get our first name?
What's your first name? What's that?
I need to see open, empty hands, please. Show them. I can't see them from behind you. Put them above your head, please. Please show me open, empty hands. Your non-compliance could result in injury. I don't want to hurt you. We have lethal, we have less lethal options, we have taser, we have K9, we have 40 millimeter launcher, okay? Face away from me.
Drop the knife.
Drop the knife.
Drop the
Unfortunately, with censorship nowadays from YouTube, I cannot play this portion of the video. But what I can show you is when she had the knife in her hand, she had her hand on the blade. She didn't have her hand on the handle of the blade. She wasn't wielding it in a threatening manner. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Do you think this is justified? This is why you never let the police in your house under no circumstances unless they have a warrant. The police are not your friends. As always, all the information will be in the description down below. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
So I woke up 5 minutes before the shots went off. I was told that my little sister, there's two, they're both my youngest sister. The 21 years old called the police because they had an argument, and then the youngest one came at her and hit her with the knife. So I woke up and I went outside my room, and the cops, 4 of the cops were already standing there with the gun facing, pointing towards the sliding door where my youngest sister with the knife was sitting. She was sitting outside with the door closed, blanket over her head. They told us to get in the room and get out of their way. I asked him if I could talk to my youngest sister because we all know how she is and how she's not a social person. She's very antisocial. I asked them and they said no because our safety and theirs. So I said, okay. I believe my mom and my older sister asked them as well before I was woken up. Then before we all got when we all got in the room, I was trying to get everyone situated and then turn around. They asked her to, I didn't know she was already standing at the door. But they asked her to, I believe she had the knife in her hand already, but it wasn't pointing at them. She was just facing it down. They asked her to put the knife down. Once she made one movement, a little tiny movement, they shot her 3 times. And I believe 2 of the cops shot her 3 times. The 2 shots, she was already falling back. She was already down. Then there's like 5 of us. We all started crying and tried to run towards her, but I was trying to hold everyone back in case they try to fire at us. But 2 minutes before they fired the gun, they asked me what was her name. So I'm guessing they don't know her first name and her last name. They don't know she's a minor. They didn't even ask whose house it was. They just walked up in the house. My mom was sitting. They didn't even ask who was the mother. My mom was literally sitting on the couch as they walked in. The gun was not even it was just already straight forward pointing. And then the cop came halfway into the house. He just started pulling it out. Mind you, there are kids walking around. They didn't even ask us how many people are in the house. How many kids were in the house. When all this happened, the shooting started. I'm trying to go out because my kids are in the other room. They didn't even know there were kids in there. And the room that was towards the balcony where they were across from where they were standing. So if anything were to happen, my kids would have been hit too. But then before they shot my sister, we already asked, like she said, we already asked. They said no for their safety and our safety. But the situation was between them. It had nothing to do with us. So we could have made some change before they shot her. We couldn't have. So I ran outside thinking that maybe if they had just given me a chance to go around the balcony, just to call her out, to make her calm. Because one, she doesn't understand what's going on. Because when I went down, she had covered her whole body with a blanket. Her English is not even good. She doesn't even ask much about English. But when I went around the apartment, there was a cop that was sitting there with a dog. I tried to make my way to our balcony, and when he turned, I was like, "You're not supposed to come." And I was like, "What for? It's not like I'm walking with a gun around." And then he was like, "Well, if you make a move, the dog is gonna come after you." I was thinking, like, why would the dog come after me when he's holding it? Was it like a threat? Was he threatening me? But for 5 minutes after he said what he said, I stood there, and then right after that, the fire just went off 3 times. I had nothing to say. I just turned around and ran. When I was screaming from the top of my lungs, because I already shot my sister while they were in the room. So I just went around and screamed. When I came in, they were already on the floor in the room, just screaming with the chair, blocking the doorway to her room. So I just went in there. But by the time I went in the room, the only thing I could see, my sister was going like this, and the cop was just hanging on to her. So she was probably down already before I got there. When I saw her fell, they were trying to do CPR. They put her in a bag and took her out. They told us to clear the way. They took her downstairs and I believe did another CPR. They never asked. That's the thing. They didn't know she was a minor, so they never asked for my mom to escort her to the hospital. No questions at all. They didn't even know anything. They didn't even know she was a minor.
What was your sister's name?
Her name was the one that passed. Her name is Easter Leafa.
Easter, like the holiday?
Yes.
And so she didn't speak very good English too?
She just moved. Yeah, they just moved here.
Got here
Got here
a
few months ago.
to come visit my family. Now they took my daughter.
She was going to be a junior. She just turned 16. And now she's gone. This all could have prevented. My question is, the police, out of all the options you had, the only option you had was the gun. A taser would have worked, maybe, because she had a knife, not a gun with her. So they could have just tased her, maybe, to drop the knife, but to shoot her, now she's gone.
She's a
She
minor
hasn't been
kid.
here a year yet. They saw her going down the second shot, and they had to fire another one.
I guess how long had they come into the house before they started shooting?
How long they were in the house? Mm-hmm. That I don't know. I woke up, 4 cops were already in the apartment, and then 3 came in before 2 seconds before the shot went off, and then more came in.
Did any of you get to talk to Easter?
No, they said to get out of their way. To get out, and then it was more like they were one by one out. I asked the officer that had the gun in his hand since we all know how our sister is, she's not a social person. We could talk to her. She'll drop it, and she will be back to herself any minute. But he denied us. So them going at her like that, and she doesn't know that much. She just moved here. It's very different here than how it is back home, and how the system works here. So with them coming at her like that, and shot her like that, it's very heartbreaking. And
I'm sure she wasn't expecting that too.
And you said you don't know how she is. Does she have some mental health problems that she was dealing with?
Not that I know of.
Just
the way she is.
Just the way she is.
When she has a breakdown, she would just sit by herself and then just cry it out. That's what she was doing.
And that's
even
what
though
she was
had
doing
the
outside.
knife in
She
her hand. Just
covered
sitting
her
there,
and
yeah.
just think like overthinker. That's what she is.
Could you tell me a little bit about Easter? Like what was she like?
Well, I left back home when she was only K5. I got to know her when she was up here. She loves all of our kids like it's her own.
She acts like cousin to them.
Yeah. She loves to sing. She's smart. She's very antisocial. She's comfortable with family or with people that she knows. She's not someone that likes to go wander around and go to her friend's house. She likes to stay in her comfort zone. They say that comfortable zone? Yeah, comfort zone. But yeah, she's not outgoing. She doesn't like go she doesn't want
She's her own self in her own world.
She likes to stay home. She's a homebody.
But she loves our kids.
But
like
she
her
yeah.
own.
And she was gonna start school on Friday or Thursday?
I believe it was Friday.
Friday. At East?
Thursday. Yes. East.
At East. And why did she decide to stay here? What was the reason?
So her and my mom they came up to visit. Yeah.
She's like my mom's baby.
My mom she goes wherever my mom goes.
Easter goes where Easter goes.
Yeah.
She's my mom's namesake.
Yeah.
And we brought her up here because of school. You know, to us, the U.S. got better school, I guess, for back home on the islands, and that's why we brought her here. But now she doesn't have the chance anymore.
And Easter, do you want to say anything about your daughter? Or how?
First of all, they're supposed to ask first before coming inside the house. She's a minor kid. They took my girl's life. I was trying to reach, want to see her, but they don't let me. I was asking, I want to go to the hospital last night. What time they take her? They don't let me. Me as a mom, I was so feel sorry for my daughter.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
I tried calling all three of them. They said they don't have anyone with that last name.
We don't even know where she's at.
Because they didn't ask what's her name or last name last night.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. They never asked.
They never asked.
Who owns the apartment.
The apartment, yeah. Until
Who's
they
the-
came in to investigate us, and they started asking, is the apartment under you and Rosalie? And I said, yeah. And even the investigator was like 19, like he was talking, and all of a sudden I heard 19. I was like, oh, she's 16. And that's just wrong of them. Like, they didn't even know she was 16.
They didn't even know her name. They asked me before a minute or two before the gunfire went off what was her name.
And you never got to say it?
I did. I said Easter, and that's a few seconds after it went off.
Were they shouting at her before? Like, I'm trying to see how fast things progressed.
They were shouting at her?
Were, like, the police shouting at her?
They were more of like shouting at us
Shouting at
because
you.
we were trying to intervene.
Okay.
Because they're coming in without knowing, one, doesn't know what's going on. Two, doesn't know who they're about to approach.
And how old the person is.
Yeah, they just told us to get out of their way.
They tell us to go inside the room.
This all could have been, she should have still been here. If they would have just let us talk to her.
Or could have just let me do the other part when I came around the apartment. None of that.
And so when they came in the house, Easter, you were sitting on the couch, and Easter was outside in the balcony, and then they just kind of start yelling, and then are talking to you all, or do they ask you to leave? Or?
They just tell me, activate. That's it. In a room.
When
That's
they
it.
came in, it was more of like the guy with the gun. I don't know what kind of gun it was, but he already had it up like this before.
Like
he
it
came
was
in
ready.
The house.
Ready. He came in
Yeah.
ready to go. Like
He came in talking to my sister that called them. So we didn't have the chance because they didn't ask us, but they approached her because she was the one who opened the door. And then two,
My son was in the front, and I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
it was
my
the mom.
nephew too was in the front when they walked in.
When they walk in, I saw the other policeman. They already point a gun and walk inside.
Mind you, there's kids around.
So did you?
That's why I feel sorry for my grandchildren. They was over there at that time.
And they had to witness
So
that.
so there were two children and people who witnessed.
Yeah.
They're infant.
Yeah, two infant,
Minors.
and then there's 5 minor, including the one that was murdered
In the house during the time it happened.
And did they tell you all to be in a different room, like to separate?
They told us to go in the room and get out of their way.
Basically, back up and let them do their job.
They're taking her life.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, or?
Do you know the hospital?
We don't even know
We
yet.
don't
Till
even
now, we
know.
don't know. They never gave us updates.
Yeah, we really want to see her. We don't know what the hospital.
And the two guys that shot my sister, y'all shot her in the house, and then have other men to come and do the other job.
Finish your job.
Where were you guys? You two were the ones who shot her down.
Men. You know, at this point, we want justice because that was not right. She was a minor. They should have asked questions when they came in. Instead, they came in ready, looking like they were ready to shot her down. So we want justice for our sister. And we need answers. We need that body cam they had, no cuts, full camera, full video. This is very heartbreaking, not only for us, our sisters, and our mom who witnessed the whole thing. And we still have no answers of where her body is.
One minor and a bunch of cops after the shot. After
Just
they
a
shot her.
16-year-old came to the
a bunch
U.S.
of them.
looking for a good school in the future. Now she's gone.
So messed up.
I'm so sorry.